Hello and welcome to Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. October is a month of awareness, from shining a light on breast cancer to raising understanding of ADHD. Today, we'll hear from Dr. Preeti Kohli of I Pink I Can about the upcoming Pink Party in Long Branch. Also joining us is Ketan Mehta and Cheryl Patnick of Pharma to share how this New Jersey-based company is advancing treatment and advocacy of ADHD. But first, Kathleen Cirioli, President, and Joanne Liscovitz, Vice President of Dance for the Cure, have turned personal experiences and community spirit into a movement that has touched nearly 800 families across the Garden State. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
What an accomplishment. Tell us how the story all began. Kathleen, I'll start with you.
Well, I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 1998. It was actually my second cancer. I had had ovarian cancer when I was 19. And actually I have a third cancer right now, lung cancer. But I'm doing great. And back in 1998, after this experience and what I went through, just really realized how many people don't have the support that I had going through this. They don't have the financial support. They may not have the family support. And Joanne and I have known each other for many years. We're both tap dancers and tap dance teachers, and so we know each other through that at the beginning. And we just got together and thought, what can we do about this? We were fortunate enough to have a little appearance on the Rosie O'Donnell show back then.
Really?
I was invited as her guest. We tap danced on the show, and it was after that that we decided, we have to figure out what we can do with this, and we founded the not-for-profit Dance for the Cure.
What a wonderful story.
Yeah.
I mean, and for you to turn everything that you've gone through over the past decades and are still going through into something like this, where do you get the strength?
Really, all the people involved, this organization, we've grown to have over 75 volunteers. They're amazing. We're friends with them. They've become friends with each other. There's just such a camaraderie among our volunteers, the patients that we help, the families that we help. It's just been a wonderful thing.
So Joanne, what does the nonprofit actually do?
So we raise funds through the year. We have a huge fundraiser each October called Ribbons of Hope. That's our main fundraiser, and it's a basket raffle and dinner at the Bridgewater Marriott. And this year, in the past few years, we've had over 500 people attend our event. It's become a showcase event in Somerset County. So that's our main fundraiser, and we help the breast cancer patients in Somerset County, Hunterdon County, Middlesex, and Mercer counties as well. So when those patients are identified by social workers or doctors or even neighbors who know of a friend in need, they apply on our website. Kathleen speaks to them directly to make sure that, yes, they are in need, they lost their insurance, they're not working, and we write them a check. And none of our volunteers, nobody gets paid in our organization. Everybody is fully volunteer. And when people learn that about us, they're more inclined to help us because they know that the money that they're donating will go directly to the patients in need.
How many checks have you written since the start?
We've donated to over 800 women, and actually over $1.3 million is what we've donated. And at the very beginning, we were doing very little. We didn't have the funds, and now as we've grown and we've had the funds, we're able to donate larger amounts to everybody. And they're so grateful. There's not a lot of red tape. We just talk to them, get their information, find out that it's all valid, and they get a check in the mail.
What's the typical gift?
It varies. It really varies. Now we're usually doing about $3,000 a person.
I mean, that goes a long way. That helps for groceries, bills.
Yes, exactly.
How are you raising money in this difficult climate? Because there's a lot of nonprofits struggling right now.
We are sold out. Our event is sold out. We have over 500 people coming, and this year we sold out at the end of July. We even bought some people's tickets back because they knew they weren't going to use all 10. I'm like, we'll take those 4, we'll take those 3. And then we could go down our waiting list and get, people in who weren't able to buy a table.
And then all of the people that we help during the year, they get invited, if they're well enough, to come as our guest to this event. And it's just a beautiful evening celebration.
A lot of dancing?
No dancing.
No dancing.
The dancing goes back to the beginning with the tap dance appearance on the Rosie O'Donnell show. That's where the dancing
So we should
comes in.
tell the story. So we did a routine called Go and Get Your Mammogram. And it was to the tune of Button Up Your Overcoat. Our media director, Lynn Grillo, is also a singer. Her husband
Is a
musician. So they recorded the song that we danced to. And we had lyrical dancers who performed at our Ribbons of Hope event. 4 girls each year were part of our program. But that's when Kathleen had a dance studio with kids from all ages, from 4 to 104, right, dancing at the studio. So they would be in the recital, and then they would dance at the different events that we would go to.
Yeah. And then we've evolved into what we are today.
Right. So
And
it's not, we're not dancing now, but that's why we're called Dance for the Cure.
Yeah.
And the people who were so supportive of Kathleen at the time when she was going through her breast cancer were all from the dance studio. It's gone from there.
Many of those same people are our volunteers now. The moms from
Right.
the dance studio and students, and
there's,
it just
we
grows.
have all these connections.
Yeah. And as far as the fundraisers and all, people, the more people that know about us, they're putting on fundraisers for us. Maybe not as big as our event Ribbons of Hope, but they have hair salons, and they're doing pink hair strands for the month of October with the donations going to us.
The word has continued to spread, and that's really the point of what we're doing now.
So for people watching, where can they donate online?
Yeah. So danceforthecure.org. We have a wonderful website, and they can really get a feel for the people we've helped. We've had some of our donees who have shared their story with us, and so you really get a feel for what it means to be in that situation and how important it is to continue to support other patients like that.
You ladies are sensational, the epitome of what a grassroots movement can achieve, and bless you. I hope you have
I'm doing
the
great.
best health for the next million years. And
Thank
you
you.
too. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
thank
us.
Dr. Preeti Kohli is the director of breast surgery at Monmouth Medical Center and the founder of I Think I Can, a nonprofit dedicated to helping patients with the everyday challenges of breast cancer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You were on last year to talk about this amazing event. I'm happy to have you here in person, all in pink.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
So what's gone on over this past year?
So we've been able to really grow and expand and make some big strides and help a lot of patients who have been diagnosed with breast cancer.
How have you helped them?
In most cases, this is something no one's anticipating. No one really plans their lives around breast cancer. So, for example, I've had patients who have needed to stop working because they have to take time off to recover from surgery. During that time, there's really a need to pay the bills, make ends meet, and they may not have any savings. So we've been able to provide individual grants to patients who really need that extra support.
Which is beautiful because you don't hear a lot of doctors even thinking about that. They're thinking of treating the patient, but not their finances and their emotional well-being.
I can say the ideal plan and know exactly what someone will need to get through and get through well. But not all of the things that I might advise might be covered by insurance. And so we have the option of applying for certain grants that may take a few weeks to get approved, or saying to that patient, don't delay your care by a couple weeks waiting for this grant. We can provide coverage for that, and you can start your chemotherapy, but also know that you're gonna come through maybe with your hair, not necessarily feeling like you have such a negative appearance or feeling about going through that.
It's crazy that that's not covered by insurance. You would think that's like a no-brainer.
New York is going to be covering it, even with private payers, starting next year, but we still have work to do in New Jersey.
How do you lobby to get stuff like that done?
I mean, all you can do is continue to advise it for your patients, insist that they call their insurance companies, ask for coverage, and demonstrate that there's a need for it. But it's hard. I mean, day to day, we're juggling also just taking care of patients and getting them through this course. So, you know, that's where I'm kind of limited.
Yeah. So the patient care fund that helps families in Monmouth and Ocean County, is that the money that you raise from your event and goes into that fund?
That's right. So everything goes to patient care. There's no overhead. It's 100% volunteer, nonprofit. So thankfully, I have a lot of people in our community that really want to help. You know, the first thing people hear when a friend or a neighbor is diagnosed with breast cancer is, how can I help? And not everyone is as receptive. Sometimes people are a little bit more private and may not be willing to accept that. And so their way of helping might be donating services from their business and or just showing up to our event and having a good time, and in doing so, raising crucial funds that we need for patients.
At your event happening on October 24th, what can attendees expect?
So you can expect, of course, a great time. There's usually ample food, drinks. There are lots of auction items that have been generously donated by people in our community, ranging from Louboutin shoes to golden diamond necklaces, beauty packages from either plastic surgeons in the community. So there's a lot to win. We have nearly $20,000 worth in prizes for people to try and bid on and win. But I think the best part of the night is hearing from the people that have actually gone through this journey, because that is when we see why we're there, what this is all about. You hear people share their stories of what it was like to be diagnosed or come through the other side. And you know, you might find that there are people that you may not expect need help that relied on us to get them through. So it really helps emphasize why everyone is there for such a fun event, which is, yes, with your best pink outfit and hopefully just having a great evening, but it could be any one of us. And so it's really heartwarming to see the whole community rally around patients who have been through breast cancer. So tickets can be purchased still, but they are limited.
And it's at Avenue again?
It's at Avenue at Pier Village in Long Branch, and it's at 6:30 on Friday.
That's great.
I want people to know more about breast cancer not being something to be so afraid of. Even if you have an abnormal finding, odds are we're finding something early when it has the best prognosis and best outcome. And we can treat most breast cancers with an excellent 99 to 100% survival rate if caught early. So having that awareness, showing up, being willing to be vulnerable for a minute, because there is no one who's off limits. You know, if you're a woman, you're at risk. And as you've seen, we do so much to get people through this journey and have as little long-term repercussions as possible. But showing up and being aware is the first step.
Thank you for all that you are doing for the breast cancer community, both in helping cure this hideous disease and treating it, and then also raising money to help the people fight.
Thank you so much for having me and helping me raise awareness.
Of course. And we have to shout out the person who brought us together.
As always.
As always, Dara Serrano, Shane Serrano will be cousin-in-laws one day.
Yes,
with your daughter
we're practically family.
Yes, exactly. With your daughter and my cousin Aiden. So we'll show their picture again, because now it's like tradition. We have to.
It's now been 4 years, I believe, so.
Very long relationship.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
October is also ADHD Awareness Month, and Tris Pharma is dedicated to innovating treatment and educating New Jersey communities. Joining me here today is the founder of Tris Pharma, Ketan Mehta, and Cheryl Patnick, Chief Administrative Officer. Welcome to the show.
Great
Thank
to be
you.
here.
We first met back in March of this year, thanks to Shonda at your office. And I mean, you have quickly become some of my favorite people. And it really was solidified when we attended your 25th anniversary celebration. That was an event. And I know you worked very hard, but it started off the beginning of the day with the entire company giving back up and down the Garden State to all very worthy charities. And then a party and a half at the Somerset Palace. I have never been to a corporate event where everybody was on the dance floor. And not only that, speaking so glowingly about the company. You don't get that often. So I'm going to start with you, Cheryl,
Okay.
about the culture and everything that has been cultivated at Tris, thanks to you in large part over the years.
Oh, thank you. And it was a wonderful day. And I think the day actually solidifies a lot of who we are from a culture standpoint. So I would start first by saying we closed down for the day. So everybody had the day off, and we spent the first part, like you said, giving back to the community, which is perfect. Like when we talk about our culture, we talk about it as a culture of care, and that's care for patients, but it's care for the community. And that was a great way to do it in North Jersey, South Jersey, and we filled over 800 backpacks for students in need. And then we turned it into the party, which was then the care for all of the employees. And that's really what it's about for us. So we have individuals out in probably over 30 or so states in the US. We have a 24-hour-a-day operation on our production floor. So when we talk about culture and care, it's about connecting everybody together and really making sure that we feel like one Tris.
And you do it so well. But my favorite part, you have all these locations, but you're born in Jersey, you manufacture in Jersey. I mean, you are Jersey, Ketan, through and through, and I know that was very important to you.
Absolutely, because being in New Jersey has really given us an edge, I feel, because not only you are in the heart of the biopharma industry, but some of the best people we have been able to recruit. And that is really, it's all about making people feel that they are contributing, they are doing this rather than anything else. So we are really fortunate to be in New Jersey, to be honest.
Yeah, and you're making great strides in so many things, but we're here to talk about ADHD. Why is ADHD so important to Tris?
I mean, number of reasons. And we truly are committed to that. When you look at young children, when you look at some of the challenges some people face, and you try to understand that, it comes down to that they were born with, or they had certain conditions. And so when we focus into neurodevelopmental disorder conditions, we think this is something where we can apply our technology and we can make a difference, something for patients that is very unique that we feel we are contributing. And that's how we got into ADHD. And we believe this is going to be something that we are going to be committed for a long time. So we have today 5 products in the market for ADHD. We are right now re-optimizing, if you will, the already approved products that we had meaning in the market before, but we are putting that into our technology, which makes them very unique, because what we have is the delivery of the drugs that makes it very different experience for patients when they take it. They are providing a very continuous and a slow release throughout the day, in some cases, like in a non-stimulants day, throughout the day, meaning for 24 hours. In case of stimulants, it does it for 12 hours, 13 hours, depending upon what the product is. So we are making sure that the drugs are really becomes a great opportunity for the individuals that need any kind of conditions that need to be addressed using the products that we have.
And that slow release is so important, because a lot of the other ADHD drugs, you take them and once they wear off, it's like getting pushed off a cliff, right? With yours, it's gradual.
That's right. Thank you for saying that. It's only slow starts, slowly builds up, and then it is also gradual as it starts coming off toward in the evening. So you don't even realize that now the drug has left your system, so to say. And same thing in the next day and again and again. And that has really been a very crucial. And also we have an opportunity to do what we call micro titration, meaning you can actually exactly take amount of drug you need, not exactly what a one pill is designed by a company. But having a liquid form and a long acting, combining the two, you can take whatever dose you feel, meaning doctor feels is required for that particular patient or a child.
You must hear from parents all the time about how your drugs have changed their children's lives. Talk about that feedback.
We do, and we try to share the patient success stories as much as we can. So we get them from our colleagues in the field, and they share their experiences where they're in doctor's offices, or we've had parents write letters that's why we do what we do.
Absolutely.
One of the letters I remember Cheryl shared with the company that she received from the mom, but actually it was a letter written by a little boy to Santa Claus. And the little boy says, my mom gave me this medicine and my concentration is so great, and I want Santa Claus to give this concentration medicine to all the children in my class.
To everybody.
Wow.
And that was amazing kind of little letter that come, and we were so proud of it, and that mom shared with us. So it was kind of a very interesting situation. And I should say that this is not a recommendation or a commercial from my point, but we are just sharing that these are the kind of evidence of gratification that you receive from the parents and caregivers. Yeah.
Cheryl, how do you get the word out through advocacy and partnerships and community endeavors about what TRIS is all about?
We are starting in on sort of the patient advocacy foray in that regard. We have an Autism Speaks. We partner a lot with Autism Speaks, which I know that that's not ADHD specific, but just kind of within the community and sharing who we're about. We have partnerships with local universities, which is more on kind of the STEM employment opportunities, but it's also important because it helps people to know who we are. So the more we can get the message out as far as who TRIS is, whether it be for patients or for the communities or even for employment, then the more that buzz sort of starts to happen. And we get many of our employee hires through employee referrals.
Wow.
And then, when you talk about advocacy, I think one of our most important function is to share the medical information and science, share the data that we have, and that education effort, so to say, is really very important to us. We have about 8 folks involved in distributing this message throughout the country. For example, call them medical liaison or medical science information specialists, and they really are fully engaged in sharing this information and educating our physicians with our products and the science behind it and so forth.
That is beautiful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to educate our audience. Is there anything that we might have missed that you wanted to bring up?
Happy ADHD Awareness Month. I will say too, it's a big month for us, so that if anybody drives by, you'll see TRIS supports ADHD. We've got our orange lights on the building. So we take it seriously about what we do, why we do, and have fun.
Well, I see that you're wearing orange, and so do I here.
You know what? I found a shirt in my closet that was pink and orange. I'm like, oh, perfect for today's show, right? There you go.
And I think as we talk about ADHD, we are also equally engaged in a pain drug. This is one of the opportunities that we are trying to address, where we think if you have a severe pain and you want to address that, but not worry about or minimize the safety risks associated with addiction and so forth, we think we have a solution for that. This drug has cleared the phase 3 trials, and we are looking to submit in near future. And we think this is the drug going to be the answer in terms of people who are suffering from moderate to severe pain, especially those in the severe pain issues that they're feeling. And we call this is really our answer to burden of pain. And we are very, very much engaged in making sure that this drug gets to the market.
It's going to be a big year for TRIS Pharma in 2026.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
it is.
Indeed.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Where can people find out more about you?
www.trispharma.com.
Great.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. We'll see you back here next week.